Hi friends, it's story time, and today's story is inspired by all of these white fluffy things that you see up in the sky, the clouds. Have you ever gone outside on a sunny day where I call them fluffy cloud days, where the sun is shining and there's some big fluffy clouds floating across the sky, and you can see all sorts of really fun shapes in them. Sometimes you can see animals, or you can see silly things like a unicorn wearing a hat. And it's great to see what you see, and then maybe take somebody out there with you and you can show them, hey, look over there, I see, and tell them what you see, and then see what they see, and maybe you can help them to see what you're seeing, and they can help you to see what they are seeing. It's a really fun activity to do all summer long, and in the fall and the winter too. We have fluffy cloud days all year long here in Washington, and it's really fun to see what can you see. So look at the clouds behind me. I see a bunny. It's right there. There's the eye, there's the ears, there's the bunny's head. Does anybody else see that? All right, today's story is called It Looked Like Spilled Milk. Does any of this look like spilled milk to you? Maybe. So our story is going to help inspire looking at what you see outside when you lay down on the ground and look up at those fluffy white clouds. All right, let's get going. All right, here's our story. It Looked Like Spilt Milk by Charles G. Shaw. And as we're reading this story today, we're going to work on some reading skills because we all want to learn how to read. And as we're reading, if we come to a word that we don't know, good readers, what they do is they can do many things, but two things that they can do is one, look at pictures. If there are pictures on your story, on your page, those pictures can help you figure out some words. And then we look at the letters, of course, to help us learn how to read. So we can use picture clues and letter clues to help us know unknown words. So each page has some words that you can help me figure out. It looked like spilt milk. Here we go. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. And here is our spilt milk. Does that look kind of like spilt milk? Have you ever spilled milk on the table? Sometimes it looked like look at this picture. Well, from the picture, I could guess maybe a bunny or a rabbit. Let's look at the word and see if that matches one of those pictures matches the word. It starts with a so it must be rabbit. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit, but it wasn't a rabbit. And here is our rabbit. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit. Sometimes it looked like a, what do you think is in this picture? Let's look. A bird, but it wasn't a bird. Did you use the picture clues and the letter clues to help you figure out that word bird? Sometimes it looked like a bird, but it wasn't a bird. There's our bird. Sometimes it looked like a, what do you think this picture is? I think maybe a tree, a tree. Let's look. Sometimes it looked like a, there it is, there's that tree, but it wasn't a tree. Here it is. There's our tree. What do you think this is a picture of? Let's see. Sometimes it looked like an, there are 1, 2, 3 words that tell us what this is. Sometimes it looks like an, it starts with an I. Sometimes I says I, or it says I, an ice cream cone. Is it an ice cream cone? Yes, sometimes it looked like an ice cream cone, but it wasn't an ice cream cone. And here's our ice cream cone. Put it right there next to the tree. Sometimes it looked like a, this one's a little bit trickier. What do you think that might be? I almost see a head with some fun hair and some arms. The word starts with a what? I bet it's a flower. Do you think that word is flower? Sometimes it looked like a flower, but it wasn't a flower. And here's our flower. Put it there underneath the cloud or the spilt milk. Sometimes it looked like a, let's look at this picture. I see a snout and a curly tail and 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. I bet you know what that is. Do you think it's a pig? Let's see. Pig. Sometimes it looked like a pig, but it wasn't a pig. You are getting really good at this reading. Here's the pig. Using the pictures and the letters to help you guess your word. Some of these words in this book are pretty tricky. Sometimes it looked like a, what do you think this is? I think it looks like a cake. If you look over here, there are 2 words. There's a longer word that starts with a B and a shorter word that starts with a K. The shorter word, I bet, is cake. What longer word starts with a B that can help us describe what this is? I see a candle on top. I bet I know. We put candles on top of cakes sometimes when it's a birthday. Sometimes it looked like a birthday cake, but it wasn't a birthday cake. There's our birthday cake. Sometimes it looked like a, what is that? I see 4 legs again. I bet it's an animal, and it's a fluffy animal. Let's look at the word. It starts with an S and an H. This is a little bit of a trickier sound because S and H, when you put them together, it makes a sh sound. Can you think of an animal that starts with sheep? Sometimes it looked like a sheep, but it wasn't a sheep. And here is our sheep. Put it here next to the cake. Sometimes it looked like sometimes it looked like a. Whoa. This one's trickier. Let's look at the picture. I think I see 2 wings, so I wonder if it's some kind of bird, but we already had bird. Can you think of another bird that looks kind of like this? Maybe an owl? Does it look kind of like an owl? Let's look at the words. Ooh, there are 3. 1, 2, 3 words to describe this one. Sometimes it looked like, oh, I bet there's owl, because owl, that looks like the word owl. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl. Well, that was one that you would have to get some grown-up help to read that word because those are some big words. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl, but it wasn't a great horned owl. And here's our picture. There's our great horned owl. Sometimes I hear owls at my house at night. Sometimes it looked like a, what do you think that is? I think my hand would fit in there. Do you think it's a mitten? Let's see. There it is. Mitten. Sometimes it looked like a mitten, but it wasn't a mitten. And here's our mitten picture, a red mitten. Put it under the pig. Sometimes it looked like a, I bet I know what this is. A fluffy tail. I bet it's a squirrel. Let's look at the word. It starts with a squirrel. There it is. There's the word squirrel. Sometimes it looked like a squirrel, but it wasn't a squirrel. And here's our squirrel with the fluffy tail. Sometimes it looked like an, What do you think this is? I see wings again. Could be another bird. Let's look at the word. Starts with an A. An A can say ah, or it can say a. Angel. An angel. Sometimes it looked like an angel, but it wasn't an angel. And here's the picture of our angel, our piece to go on our board. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. It was just a, what do you think that word is? Cloud in the sky. And there's the cloud. A cloud in the sky. I really hope this book inspires you to go outside on a fluffy cloud day. If I move my head, then you can see the fluffy clouds. Do you see something in the clouds behind me? I don't know if I see anything. I see some shapes. This one right here kind of looks like a triangle. Or maybe it's a car and there's the top. I don't know, do you see something behind me? If you go outside, do you see something floating in your fluffy white clouds? I would love to hear what it is that you see when you go outside. Let's end our story time now. Hug your bodies like you're hugging your friends, and let's sing our wish you well. Take a well-wish breath in, send your wishes to our friends. We wish you well, we wish you well. All throughout the day today, we wish you well. Happy cloud hunting. Bye, preschoolers.